welcome back to the Gruber Law Office's Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Planet Fitness. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike McGivern. We're at Greendale Martin Luther as the Spartans take on the Lightning from Lake Country Lutheran. I'm here with the two head coaches tonight's game, Rick Hoppert from Greendale Martin Luther, Greg Rasgow from Lake Country Lutheran. Greg, I'm going to start with you. 3-game winning streak after a really tough. You never run from non-conference games in the beginning, but 3 in a row so far. How are you feeling about this group?
I mean, that's the thing is you try to schedule 2 games to figure out how good your team is early in the season, and St. Mary Springs and Lakeside have always given us a good challenge. And then you get to the conference season and you hope you get enough wins to make the playoffs. So here we sit, 3-0 in conference, staring down 4 more games. So I like our trajectory right now, but tonight will be a tough one.
Hey, and I'm going to ask Rick the same question, but midway through the season as coaches, nothing ever goes as planned, I think, and you've got to make adjustments in the next guy up. This is a young team that you have. Have they figured it out this early?
Yeah, we've had some eye-opening moments throughout the last 3 games, but like you said, I mean, my worst players never get injured. It's always kind of a kid I need. So we're just kind of dealing with that, getting through the depth of our program. We like the fact that at a small school we can have 60 kids in the program and try to build them up and get them ready for the game.
Yeah, speaking of injuries, Coach, I don't want to start with that one, but I have to. You guys got hit injury bug with some key players early on.
We've had to, I have the same answers as Greg here. We've had to rally and we've had to have the next guy step up, and we've done that. We still have a lot to find out about our team.
Coach, when you get a chance to play Lake Country Lutheran, and we had this conversation, you said, listen, they're so well coached and really well disciplined, and it's going to be a great test for us as a team tonight. Got to feel pretty good about, getting these kids ready to go for a game like this.
The natural rivalry of the schools, even though the rivalry is not, there's not a lot of tradition to it, but being sister schools, there is something to that feel, and the guys know that it's a big game and it means a lot to a lot of people.
Hey, Coach, last question. Your conference, kind of top-heavy, but, boy, there's some quality teams in this conference.
Yeah, definitely, especially with a couple of the teams stepping up this year that normally you would look and be like, hey, maybe we got that one. They're playing really good ball right now, and we still have a decent amount of them on our schedule coming up here. So, I'm just glad we play in a conference now where every single week we have to prepare and we have to get ready for a good opponent.
Hey, Rick, last question. As a former basketball coach, football guys used to say, why don't you guys take homecoming week? Why don't you take that one time? It's homecoming week here at Martin Luther. A lot of distractions, but I think hopefully your boys are knowing what the end game is, and that's play a good game.
They seem to have really upped the distraction level this year, changing a few things with our schedule. But yeah, hopefully we can turn those distractions into just motivation and energy.
You bet. Hey, thanks for having us tonight. Really good to see both of you guys. Guys, we'll get to a break. Other side of the break, John Weiser, Terry Kelly will get you to the call of the game only on My 24.
Be our team no punt.
Welcome back to Schneider Field in Greendale on the campus of Martin Luther High School as we get set for tonight's Metro Classic showdown between a couple of first-place teams right now. Of the three, it's Martin Luther and Lakeside Lutheran tonight.
We mentioned that, they're sister schools.
Right.
We heard that discussed. So there's that little edge to the rivalry, the fact that if you're a undefeated conference champion, that really helps you in the seeding for the playoffs. They know both schools have Racine St. Catherine's coming up. So this game is pivotal in terms of determining kind of how the chips are going to fall.
And I echo the coach's sentiment as well, the fact that their group, they finally have a conference group together where I think the teams are relatively equal in terms of enrollment and size as far as program size with 45 to 60 kids.
Yeah, you don't want to always go by comparative scores, but if you look at how they've fared with the common opponents, you can see, okay, very similar in terms of how each of the teams operates, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, and it again, you talk about the importance of this one. Lake Country Lutheran hosts St. Catherine next week, and in 2 weeks, Martin Luther is at Racine Catherine. So within the next 2 weeks, this conference will have its shakeout as far as who's going to be in the playoffs and who's going to represent them as perhaps an undefeated conference champion.
Right, and you would think that all three of those teams we just mentioned are going to make the playoffs. That's not going to be the question, but it's kind of how you get matched up in those opening rounds is pivotal.
Well, you look at last year's team for Martin Luther, 9-2, winning the conference, and then they had to take on New Berlin West at level 2.
Which is, we had New Berlin West a week ago, and you saw when you play the single wing, that presents you with a number of problems.
And then you look at Lake Country Lutheran, 4-6 last year, but those 4 were conference wins, which got them into the tournament, but dropped that opening round to Oostburg, which is another great program.
And rarely does Lake Country Lutheran go out early. They won a state title back in 2019, and they usually are making second and third and fourth round appearances.
It is homecoming tonight. And the festivities starting before the game. If that isn't intimidation, that is right behind the Lake Country Lutheran end zone.
Right. I wondered what the folks were doing over there when we arrived outside the fence line, but now it became very apparent.
I don't think we've had this, I don't think. And in the times we've done different games on Friday Night Rivals, I don't think we've ever had a fireworks display before the game.
Before the game. So once again, it's part of the whole allure of high school football. The teams, the fans, the bands, the cheerleaders, the dance, they all come together and try to celebrate life.
There's our officiating crew tonight. Very familiar. We've had them a couple of weeks ago. Dave Strash leading the crew tonight. He is the president of the Kenosha Chamber of Commerce, a friend of mine, and one of the best referees in southeast Wisconsin. Right now, we're going to pause and enjoy our national anthem here tonight from Greendale Martin Luther High School.
Led by senior Kathleen Spanky.
Dear gracious Lord and Heavenly Father, we ask that you be present during tonight's athletic contest. Thank you for the opportunity to come together as Christian community, coaches, and athletes to share his gifts for his glory. Clear the hearts and minds of the athletes, coaches, and the officials so that they may be able to perform to the best of their ability. Protect all the athletes competing from serious injury and help us all to treat each other with dignity and respect. We pray all this in the victorious name of your Son, our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
And now, to honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask that you please remain standing for the playing and the singing of our national anthem, sung by the Martin Luther Choir, members of the Martin Luther Choir, and assisted by the pep band led by Mrs. Jessica Kinky Walter.
Nicely done by the pep band and the Martin Luther High School Choir tonight. Time now for our coin toss, brought to you by the United States Army. Be all you can be. Referee Dave Strash.
I want to show you real quick that is heads and that is tails. Okay. Heads, tails.
And you see one of the captains there for the Martin Luther Spartans. That is Kyle Moore.
Broken leg.
Yeah.
We have a head. You've won the toss. You're going to defer to the second half.
So Lake Country Lutheran Lake Country Lutheran winning the toss, deferring until the second half. Our coin toss brought to you by the United States Army. Be all you can be. Martin Luther in the slate gray jerseys tonight. Lake Country Lutheran, Lake Country Lutheran in the white jerseys tonight. Key matchup in the Metro Classic Conference. Both teams come in at 3-0. Racine St. Catherine also at 3-0. Watertown Luther Prep at 2-1 in league play thus far. So getting set for a homecoming matchup here tonight. Again, with Lake Country Lutheran winning the toss, they will defer to the second half, so we'll get to see Martin Luther on offense first here this evening.
I know Coach Rick Hoppert really felt that one of Lake Country Lutheran's strengths was how fast their defense is, and he thought they were going to have to find some ways to try to counter that speed.
Our kickoffs tonight are brought to you by Liuna Local 113. Kick off your career with Liuna Local 113. Doing the kicking tonight for Lake Country Lutheran, that is Maddox Kiley. First team all-conference last year. And we are underway here in Greendale. And they will fake the reverse. Coming around the near side. And out of bounds. Just shy of the 40-yard line. Drake DeMarb on the return for the Spartans. So good field position here. Brought down on the play by Colin Then.
A very excellent return to start the game off for Martin Luther and gave them good field position. Now we'll see what their mindset is. Coach Hoppert said, you can't say what we are primarily. We are whatever works. Very utilitarian.
Saw the offense there. Tyrone Sanford now the lead running back for this offensive unit. He will be the single back behind the quarterback, Jack Henry Strohmeyer. 2x2 in the receiving core. Four-man front for Lake Country Lutheran. And up the middle they'll try, and it's Sanford for a couple out to the 35-yard line. Trying to test the middle of that defense as we take a look at that defense for Lake Country Lutheran. Typically a 4-3 defense. Greg Brasgel, their head coach, is the defensive coordinator for that team. We mentioned Bolt and Ham at that linebacking core, and then Cole Rail, the senior at the cornerback spot, 3 interceptions on the season. 2nd and 7, they'll throw a swing pass out to the far side, complete to A.J. Cease. Honorable mention, check that, that was Dominic Johnson. Kiley was there to make the tackle. Couple of yard pickup, so brings up 3rd and manageable here for Martin Luther. Third and about 4. All just shy of the 40-yard line. Strohmeyer will fake the swipe play. He'll take it himself. He'll take it across midfield into Lightning territory, down to the Lightning 47-yard line. Brought down on the play by Connor Lubers, the free safety.
Well, we mentioned that Strohmeyer got a lot of time last year and was very effective, and that's continued again this season.
Strohmeyer last week against Thomas More, 6 carries, 129 yards, and a pair of touchdowns. So he's not afraid to take that ball himself. You'll see the wristband play calls that he has available to him. And this time it is Sanford trying to get the corner far side, and does for about 5. Off the bottom of that pile again, Colin Then. That is his 3rd tackle already tonight.
A little bit of a hurry-up offense here from Martin Luther, trying to get the tempo, kicking it up.
Second and 5. Inside the Lightning 40-yard line. Play action, they'll dump it out, thrown behind the intended receiver. Again, looking for the flanker, Dominic Johnson, the junior that time.
Something that will probably repeat throughout the evening is Lake Country Lutheran has a very much of a break, no, bend, yes defense. They give up yards, but they tighten it up as it gets closer to the goal line. But we'll see if Martin Luther will take advantage of that philosophy and try to bust one loose.
3rd down and 5. Movement on the outside. Be a false start penalty. Takes him out of a 3rd and 5, now makes it a 3rd and 9. Rick Hoppert, the head coach for Martin Luther. As we said, dealing with a rash of injuries over the last 2 weeks. So 3rd and long now for the Spartans. Strohmeyer will hand it off. Busting it to the outside. Good stiff arm here by Sanford. Landed down hard near the 40-yard line of the Lightning. Going to be a couple of yards shy of a 1st down as we get another look here.
Once again, this up-tempo offense, they're going to go for it and try to see if they can catch Lake Country on their heels.
Sutter, Lipum, and Kiley both there to make the stop. They'll go for it on 4th down. They'll give it to Sanford, and he's wrestled down. Bennett Ham, the junior inside linebacker, with a tackle for a loss, and that ends the drive for the Spartans.
Ham, one of the athletes we featured before the start of the game, is one of the defenders to keep an eye on. He, along with Adam Bolt, give them excellent linebacker play.
If you're going to be an inside linebacker, you got to wear number 51. Dick Butkus wore that number for all those years with the Chicago Bears.
Still snarling, no doubt.
So the Lightning will take over at their own 41-yard line. Jackson Menzel, junior quarterback. He's thrown for 726 yards and 7 touchdowns. They'll go empty backfield here on 1st down. They'll send the man in motion. They'll come back near side. Catch is made. Sam Hans, the flanker, making the first catch tonight. 6'5", 195, a big target for this Lightning offense.
Good basketball player, good hands. Coach Dax Rodriguez, the defensive coordinator, said Lake Country Lutheran will try to formation you to death. They don't have just one formation or a base. They're going to be all over the place. Now we see them in a power set.
Best Electric 1st down. They'll hand it off. Nate Groff ripping off 4 that time. Out to the 45-yard line of Martin Luther. Both Thompson and O'Neill there defensively as you get a look at that defense. Coached by Dax Rodriguez, 22 years with Rick Hopper.
Variety of positions. Both have been head coaches, having other service and assistant. So they work well together. They know each other so well, support one another.
They'll go with a 5-man front here on 2nd down defensively. Inside handoff. Andrew Benz, the short gain. Brought down on the play by O'Neill, the strong safety.
Lake Country's backfield of Andrew Benz, Adam Bolt, Nate Groff you're not going to see any of them leading statistic-wise. They spread the ball amongst themselves. Coach Braskell says, we want to just be a team and be team-centered. We're not worried about who racks up the biggest numbers.
Big third down play here. Try and bust it inside. Benz, close, may have gotten it on second effort for the first down. Andrew Benz, a good strong carry, approaching 300 yards rushing on the season so far.
Somewhat of a younger offensive line for the Lightning, of 4 juniors in there with only 1 senior.
That's the left guard, J.J. Minor, the only senior on that offensive line. Another Best Electric first down. First downs all season long brought to you by Best Electric Service. Best Electric Service, connect with the best. Toss, trying to get the near edge. Good pursuit, and just a couple of yards. Nate Groff with the carry that time. Joe Dwan, Antoine Smith, and Thomas Campbell both there for the Spartans. Gain of 2, so second and long here for the Lightning.
Out at Lake Country Lutheran's practice the other day, offensive coordinator Eric Mom sending in a variety of different personnel groups, trying to get that little advantage.
This time they'll go with an offset eye here. Line the quarterback, Menzel under center. Being pursued out of the pocket. Throws it out inside the 20. Was it a catch? Waiting for a signal from the officials. They will call it a reception. Carter Leipolm, the slot receiver, there to make the catch.
4 touchdowns so far on the year for Carter.
And he got both feet down.
Taps those feet down.
Brian O'Neill was right there defensively for the Spartans, but it's a big gain. Inside the 20, they're in the Bryant and Stratton College red zone tonight. First trip to the red zone for either team. High snap, Adam Bolt breaks his way. Forward progress to about the 6. Bolt, just 26 carries, 120 yards now. A pair of touchdowns on the season for Bolt. He will come out, bringing in another pair of backs here for the Lightning.
Yeah, one of 4 Lake Country Lutheran players to go both ways. We've seen how effective he is as a linebacker.
Second and short, just shy of the 5-yard line. We'll hand it off. Benz moving the pile inside the 5 down to about the 3. We'll have enough for a first down. Whole host of Spartans there, but that was just strength. Andrew Bentz, who goes 6 foot 175, moving the pile. Again, they'll go with that power formation. Tailback getting the call, and he'll be stopped shy of the goal line. Nate Groff back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. Juan Carlos Dominguez, the senior defensive lineman, there to make the stop. Bring up second and goal for the Lightning.
You know, we've seen them run to both sides of the line. They don't, once again, they don't have a set plan that people can tie into. They're just going to work whatever they can. Here's a throwback, a straight T formation.
Hand it off, second man through. Mark Luther defended that well. Groff stopped for no gain. Looked like Jamari McCullum-Maddox, the free safety, was the first one to get in there. One more look. So critical down here, third and goal at the 3. They'll go empty and send a man in motion. It'll be the quarterback. Menzel trying to get the edge, and he's going to be stopped shy of the goal line. Knocked down at the 1. Ethan Hampton, the corner here on the near side, stayed home, wasn't going to follow the man across on the motion, and was able to make the tackle.
Yeah, they faked that jet motion handoff, which is something they'll come back to, but Martin Luther, as you mentioned, stayed at home, and that was something that Lake Country thought they could take advantage of how aggressive Martin Luther is, but I think Martin Luther, as you can see, has really worked on reading their keys, staying at home, and not just flying around out of control.
Greg Brasgell, the head football coach at Lake Country Lutheran. 4th and goal from the 1. Benz, touchdown Lightning. They take advantage, make the 4th down stop, and they march it in to get the first score of the game, a Planet Fitness touchdown for Andrew Benz.
You can see out of that power formation, getting those backs to lead their way through the hole, more of an isolation type play.
Kylie in for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. We will take our break. 2:45 to play here in the first quarter. The Lightning strike first as they take a 7-0 lead over the Spartans. A key Metro Classic matchup tonight on Friday Night Rivals on My 24. Two very funny families deliver dinnertime delights every weeknight. Experience the 80s with the Goldbergs at 5, then laugh along with the Baxters on Last Man Standing at 6. Only on My 24. Defense set up the offense. They're able to march it in. And they'll go with the little onside squib kick here following the touchdown. Again, on the return, Drake DeMarb. He'll get some good yardage here, just shy of the 30-yard line. Brought down on the play by Gavin Kiley and Blake Barco.
Spartans start their next drive. 1st and 10. Just shy of their own 30-yard line.
So we'll see how the Spartans react now, trailing for the first time tonight from their own 29-yard line. Strohmeyer will hand it off. Sanford trying to get the edge. Nothing there. Bennett Hom again with the tackle. His second tackle for a loss tonight.
Could see the Lightning defense really string that play out, move well laterally.
Let's head downstairs. Our first visit of the night with Mike McGivern.
So, guys, Bruce Janicek from Best Electric. Hey, Bruce, this time of year, what are you guys getting most of the calls for?
Well, people are starting to prepare for the holidays with outside outlets and things like that to make their equipment run properly, and they want their home to be safe.
Yeah, and there's some keys for that, and if anybody has questions, they can call you guys at Best Electric.
We're always available. The service call opportunity is what we do. We do a lot of service calls a day, so we're always happy to help.
Hey, happy anniversary.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you bet, a week ago. Boys, back to you.
Mike, thank you. Gain of 4 on the play. Once again, Bennett Hom making the stop. 3rd and 9 facing the Spartans from their own 30. Penalty markers. Play is whistled dead.
False start again.
Second false start penalty of the night. Rick Huppert not happy right now with his team.
We mentioned that they had lost Kyle Moore to a broken leg. He and Tyrone Sanford were going to team up in the backfield. They thought they had a wonderful two-back attack. Now they've had to put the responsibility on the shoulders of Tyrone. And, sometimes that can throw your offense off if you've got this mindset of what you thought you were going to accomplish, and suddenly now it's a different script.
From the 25, 3rd and 14 for the Spartans. Strohmeyer wants to throw. Penalty marker thrown. And he will dump it out. Completes the pass. Enough for a first down, but will check out the penalty flag in the offensive backfield. Nice catch by Dominic Johnson, the flanker, but it's going to be negated by a holding call.
And a nice throw on the run by Jack Henry Strohmeyer.
Well, a pair of sophomores on that left side, Elijah Wood and Valentino Rodriguez for Martin Luther. Each week we'll highlight a hit of the game brought to you by the Milwaukee Admirals. Their season about to begin. Training camp opening this coming week. So it was an incomplete pass, they rule. Lake Country will decline the penalty. This will force a punt here. Thomas Campbell gets this one away. Carter Lipum will let it roll to the 21. A 55-yard punt that time. Nicely done by Thomas Campbell, the senior. That's what you needed there to help your defense out here.
Well, that's one of those things coaches have to decide how they're going to set up their punt return. Do you go back with just a single returner, or do you get two back there so you can kind of split the field and we don't let a bounce turn a medium punt into a highly effective punt?
First and 10 from the 21 for the Lightning. Split backfield. They'll give it to Andrew Benz, who scored the touchdown earlier, and that will run out our clock here in this first quarter. Lake Country Lutheran with the late touchdown here in this first quarter. See if they're going to get one more play off. We'll see. They will get a chance to run one more play here. Gain of 1 on that last play. 2nd down and 9. This time the empty backfield. Slot back behind the line of scrimmage. They'll sling it out here to the near side. And Martin Luther was ready. Cole Rail making the catch, but nowhere to go. Nicely done here on the outside. Jeremiah Valdez-Scholler making the stop. That will end our first quarter here in Greendale. 7-0 Lake Country Lutheran over Martin Luther. This is the Friday Night Rivals on My 24. 7-0 Lake Country Lutheran. The 1-yard touchdown run by Andrew Benz. The scoring so far. As Menzel going to flip it out, had a man out there and could not connect. Carter Leipolm, the intended receiver. Let's head downstairs to Mike McGivern.
So, guys, listen to Dax Rodriguez, the defense coordinator here at Martin Luther, talking to his defense. He said, listen, first quarter jitters are over. Get your pads lower. Stop showing them as much respect as we showed them in the first quarter. And somebody introduce themselves to this quarterback, please. Back to you, boys.
Yeah, Dax has been around 22 years and an effective head coach and coordinator. He's been around the block, forcing a punt here. Kiley will punt here on 4th down. Dominic Johnson, the returner. It's going to be a short punt that will bounce at midfield. They'll let it roll inside the 40 to the 35-yard line. So pretty good field position, good defensive stop here for Martin Luther after that opening drive.
Right, they're adjusting to those multiple formations that Lake Country's been using, kind of settling down, staying at home. So now, first quarter, where they saw them do an up-tempo offense, see if they'll try to continue that this quarter.
You know, all season our touchdowns are being brought to you by Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness, the judgment-free zone. From their own 35, 1st and 10, Spartans. Play fake, Strohmeyer around the left side, has some running room. Oh, and he is belted as he gets close to a first down, gain of 9. Running him over, that was Carter Leipolm. One more look. Able to get off of that block on the outside by Thomas Campbell to split end. But a 9-yard scamper for Strohmeyer sets up a 2nd and 1. Now you can open the playbook up here a little bit. Let's see what they do. They'll go empty backfield. Strohmeyer gets it off. It was almost picked off, deflected, incomplete, right through the hands of the defender. Nate Groff, the strong safety. Never saw him.
Yeah, Groff, only a sophomore, got himself right in the line of that throw.
Jodan Antoine Smith, the intended target there. So now it sets up a 3rd and 1 for the Spartans. Again, they'll go empty. Fake to Sanford. Strohmeyer with the keep. He'll get the first down. Got the linebackers to walk up just a little bit out of position that time. They were all keying on Sanford that time, and Strohmeyer kept it himself for the first down.
Yeah, 6 foot, 180, good size. Very good athlete.
Fresh set of downs from midfield. On the roll, Strohmeyer dumps it out here in the flat, and it's dropped. Dominic Johnson, the flanker, turning around looking for the ball, couldn't bring it in.
Interesting watching Dominic indicate to the official that it was an incomplete pass.
And not a fumble.
Not a fumble.
They'll go 3 receivers here to the near side. Single back is Sanford on 2nd and 10. Sanford picks his way left side, and he is met in the hole. Dan Cleary right there, along with Ham.
Cleary, good size, 6'6", 195. One of those two-way players for the Lightning.
Only a junior, only going to get better. Gain of 1, so 3rd and 9 Again, trips here to the near side. Sanford, the single running back. Strohmeyer again looking for Johnson, thrown low. Check that. That is Jodan Antoine Smith, the intended target. And it was thrown low and incomplete. Another look. Never got that back foot set. He was there, just thrown low. Had good inside position on the defender that time as well. So on to punt, Thomas Campbell. End over end kick. Ipom will let it bounce. And it will roll inside the 10-yard line. Good job there to get that punt inside the 20. Once again, here's Mike.
So, guys, I'm here with Gordon Hintz. He's with Lyuna, Local 113. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for your partnership, Friday Night Rivals.
Hey, we're happy to be here talking about the great opportunities that exist with Lyuna Local 113.
Hey, when you get a chance to talk to kids that are at school here, seniors in high school, and trying to figure out what they want to do, what do you tell them about what you guys do?
We tell them that we've got a great opportunity. If you like working outside, you like working with your hands, not everybody's going to go to college, and this is a great opportunity right out of the gates to be making $28, $29 an hour. And, you know, there's no shortage of work right now, and, you know, we're looking for people that are hardworking and ready to go. And
so proud of the work that they do.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at all the big projects around Milwaukee, we can say that the laborers' handprints are all over it.
Gordon, thank you. Well done. Boys, back to you.
We thank Lyuna, Local 113, our kickoff sponsors this year on Friday Night Rivals. Nice gain into the secondary of the Spartans out to the 15-yard line. Sets up a second and short here for the Lightning.
Don't know if I'm keeping track correctly, but that's about the 7th different formation we've seen Lake Country utilize so far this half.
Adam Bolt, the fullback, off the right hip of the quarterback, Jackson Menzel. 3 receivers near side. It's the fullback, Bolt will get the call, and he is tripped up immediately for a short gain. This guy we featured, Aiden O'Brien, the nose tackle right there.
Well, Coach Dax Rodriguez mentioned that Aiden is a wrestler, and he has that balance, that low center of gravity, and uses that to get his leverage and really plug up that middle.
Another key third down here. 3rd and 2. Run it up the left side, close to a first down. Nate Graff with the carry. And they'll move the sticks. Best electric first down for Nate Graff.
Good surge that time by the Lake Country Lutheran line. You can see Ty Schaumburg at the tackle, J.J. Meanier at the guard, Cole Mosher at the center.
Graff, another one of those football track guys, married to that track program. Only gets better. And now we've got a late flag thrown by the referee, Dave Strash. 12 men in the huddle. So 12 men in the huddle. Move it back 5. Set up a 1st and 15. Carter Lipalm split here to the near side. Again, that power formation. Menzel under center will hand it off. Veer his way back in. Another marker flies as he struggles to get to the 20-yard line. Holding against Lake Country Lutheran.
First quarter, Lake Country was being extremely effective, how they were running their plays, not making the mistakes. Things have kind of gotten muddled up a little bit as we've moved through the second quarter.
So they'll step off the yardage from the spot of the infraction. That will move that football inside the 10-yard line.
Once again, penalty is assessed against the Lightning. Holding was the call.
Now they'll go with that T formation.
To their own 9-yard line.
Play fake. They'll dump it out. Complete the pass. Out in the flat. Nicely done. Taking advantage of that. A.J. Cease. That third running back, the sophomore, able to make the catch out of the backfield. Jamal McCullum Maddox, the free safety there to get him to the sideline. Gets most of that yardage back. Will set up a 2nd and 10. Quick pass, right side, complete. Sam Hance, senior flanker there to make the catch. Hance will take it to the just shy of the 30-yard line. Make a 3rd and short upcoming. It's Thomas Campbell getting in there first. Cornerback there for Martin Luther. So 3rd and 2 from their own 29. Hance split out here the near side. They're looking to throw, under pressure, has to flip it out, and it's incomplete. Nobody home, trying to throw that one away. That was a dangerous pass, just flipping that back over the middle of the field. The defender was the nearest man to the ball. That was Brian O'Neill, the strong safety.
Now, we've commented this year on the rule change that's allowed you to throw that ball away once you're outside of the tackle box. It made things a lot easier on the officials trying to determine whether you've got grounding or not.
Washington and Dominguez providing that pressure, forcing the incompletion. This is the quarterback, Menzel, doing the punting here for Lake Country Lutheran. Just end over end it into the turf and not able to get there. Lets it roll inside the 20-yard line. That's the one your special teams coach gets mad at. Line drive punt, you got to get under that and get ready to catch it.
Yeah, like we talked earlier, you can't let that roll turn a 30-yard punt into a 45, 50-yard punt.
Well, in this case, it pins you inside your own 20-yard line.
Now, I'm not sure why Maddox Kiley isn't doing the kicking for Lake Country. He's been playing a lot more on defense. You know, he's become a two-way player this evening. So both coaches having to juggle their lineups, try to find out what's going to give them the advantage.
So 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Campbell and Johnson split here to the near side. Sanford gets the call. Little hip shake and some running room. Gain of 8 for Sanford. We got a coach taking a timeout here for Lake Country Lutheran. We mentioned that Greg Brasgel is their defensive coordinator. He wants to talk about it. We'll take a break as well. 6:01 remaining here in this first half. 7-0. Lightning over the Spartans. This is the Gruber Law Office's Friday Night Rivals presented by Planet Fitness. The show the pros watch is now for everyone. The CW delivers insider access to the league thanks to an all-new season of Scoops and Insights with host Ryan Clark on Inside the NFL, Tuesday nights at 7 on CW 18. Second and short, Sanford spins his way, falls forward for the first down. They're actually going to mark it short. Wow. Move those sticks. I thought he fell across the line to gain. My goodness. This season timeout sponsored by Uplift Wisconsin. Here when you need an ear. First and 10. Strohmeyer wrestled down immediately. Nate Graff, the strong safety. Gain of about 2 brings up 2nd and 8. Sanford will remain the running back. 2 receivers to the left here. The give is to Sanford. Waits for a block, lost his balance. He had some running room, my goodness. Lost his footing as he was about to make his cut to the right.
Had some room to the outside.
Yes, he
there.
did. Great patience, though. He waited for his lineman to get out there. Jackson Green on the pole that time. 240-pound junior guard. Set up a 3rd and 3 from the 35-yard line. Sanford again. Met in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Nate Graff, the strong safety, the sophomore. Second tackle for a loss this season. He was waiting for him right there in the hole. So a loss of 2 sets up a 4th and 5, and the punting unit back out. Thomas Campbell. Gets this one away. High end over end kick again. Leipalm lets it hit the turf, and it takes a Martin Luther roll inside the 25-yard line. There is a penalty flag down here on the near sideline. We'll head downstairs to Mike McGivern.
So, guys, I've known Abby Amelin a while. She's the director of enrollment here at Martin Luther. It's so good to see you again. Hey, the biggest freshman class ever in school history.
Absolutely. So we're really excited to welcome 194 new freshmen this year at Martin Luther.
Hey, and an open house coming when?
October 25th at 6 o'clock. Great way to see the school, meet teachers, staff, tour around and see what we have to offer here.
And when you talk to kids about what you have to offer, and again, I coached basketball here for 4 years, and I'm a big fan of what you guys teach and how you go about your business here. What do you tell 8th grade, 7th grade kids?
Absolutely. So the biggest thing for us is Jesus makes all the difference. And while you're in high school, you really have the opportunity to learn and grow in your spiritual life, academics, athletics, and fine arts. We offer a lot in all of those items.
And thank you so much. Corey Shields said, boy, you really dressed up nice for this. You look great. Back to you, boys.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. Holding penalty on that punt. Put the Lightning inside their own 15-yard line. 2-yard pickup on first down. Benz on the carry.
Well, they mentioned enrollment. One of the things to point out that's going to happen, Martin Luther is now at about 700 students. Lake Country Lutheran is at 335. That can start to have an impact just on the numbers you're going to be able to draw to your programs and just the number of bodies you can get.
Empty on 2nd and long. Menzel going to sling it out over the middle, and it's almost picked off, incomplete. Getting in front of Maddox Kiley that time was the defensive back, Jamari McCullum Maddox. Throws a nice ball here, but led his receiver just a little too much.
And good coverage back there that time.
So 3rd and long, 3rd and about 8. Late here in this first half. After that opening drive, the Spartan defense has really buckled it up here. Nice. Reverse play, and breaking it outside is Benz, and he'll take it out just shy of the 30-yard line. 15-yard run by Benz. Brian O'Neill brought him down, the strong safety for the Spartans.
O'Neill's been in a number of tackles already this half. 3-year starter, he's playing with a broken hand, if you can see how that is wrapped up. Protect that hand.
Longest run from scrimmage here for the game so far for the Lightning. They'll give it to Benz. This time he has stood up at the line of scrimmage and driven back. Looked like Aiden O'Brien was the leader that time. Able to slow Benz up. John Thompson, defensive end, honorable mention all conference a season ago. Season in which he had 51 tackles, 9 tackle for losses last year, and being named honorable mention all conference. Gain of 2, 2nd down 8. 31-yard line. Try and run it inside. Defense had it read well. Adam Bolt gets it out to the 35-yard line, just across the 35, but good job. With all that motion and eye candy, the defense stayed home for the most part.
Yeah, they initially had Bolt stop momentarily, and then he drove upfield.
Well, coming up at the Wendy's halftime report, we'll highlight this week's West Bend Insurance Scholar Athlete nominees. We'll meet a few of our sponsors, and we'll take a look at the Carthage College first half highlights. It's all coming up on the Wendy's halftime report. Another clutch 3rd down here. 3rd and, call it 5. Play fake. Menzel completes the pass for the 1st down. Gain of about 7 that time to Sam Hans making the catch. Jeremiah Valdez-Scholler with the tackle.
With a minute left in the first half, we'll have to see if the Lightning try to get things going a little bit more up-tempo.
They have 2 timeouts remaining. Burned one on defense on that last series by the Spartans. So wants to throw. Again, lofting it up, and it's incomplete, well overthrown. Lipalm was the intended target that time, but like he cut inside, and the play was designed to go down the sideline.
Had 2 different interpretations of what that play was supposed to be.
Rick Hoppert, the head coach there in the dark shirt. For Martin Luther looking on. 2nd down and 10. Clock stop. 39 seconds to go here in this first half. Again, they'll give it to Benz, and he is met in the backfield and driven down. Good reaction by the defense, and now timeout taken here by Lake Country Lutheran. John Thompson, we mentioned him earlier, able to come up with a nice play. Came across the line of scrimmage that time from his left defensive end position to pull Benz down.
Well, Dax Rodriguez, their defensive coordinator, has to be pleased with how his defense has responded from that opening drive that the Lightning had.
Well, he talked about, okay, you got that first quarter jitter out now. As you said, get that pad level a little bit lower and put some pressure on the quarterback. It is homecoming here tonight. A holiday-spirited homecoming. Elf shirt.
Hope I hadn't been asleep and we're almost at Christmas. Some shopping to get done.
We mentioned this is a huge game for both schools, both 3-0 coming in. St. Catherine's also 3-0 in the conference. It's pretty much gone like we thought. We thought this was going to be an evenly matched game, and it's going to take a big play, maybe a special team play that might break this one open tonight.
Yeah, I've been looking to see if the Lightning might try to incorporate a few more crossing patterns. They've thrown a lot of really deep balls, but maybe to try to, get an advantage on that defensive secondary to see if they can cross.
3rd and 10. Jackson Menzel. Fire it down the middle, looking for his man. Oh, it was through his legs, incomplete. Maddox Kiley, the split end, had 6 points on his fingertips.
And he knows that he's berating himself now.
Another look.
Yeah, Menzel put that ball right on the mark.
Oh, we got a penalty flag down in the backfield, roughing the passer, the call here. Dave Strash, the referee, indicating he was giving the quarterback the business using that elbow. Maybe in the WWF you can use that flying elbow smash, but you can't do that in football. Huge penalty here because it takes them from 4th and 10 to a first down into Spartan territory. And again, clock stopped with 25 seconds to play and 1 timeout remaining for the Lightning. Rail in motion. He'll get the jet sweep around the right side. This is Rail trying to get to the boundary.
I do think he got out of bounds.
Cole Rail, the senior. Chased to the boundary by McCullum Maddox. Benz wants to throw it in and out of the hands of Benz, incomplete. That would have been a first down too. He's more concerned about getting to the sideline and hooking that ball in.
Now both teams know the importance of this game, so the nerves get a little tighter. Some of those easy catches suddenly become much more difficult.
Let's see what Eric Malm, the offensive coordinator, has dialed up here on 3rd and 5. Spartan showing blitz, and it's a full blitz here. They pick it up, and it's incomplete, well overthrown, looking for Sam Hans. Jeremiah Valdez-Scholler, the defender out there, the sophomore for the Spartans. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 10 seconds remaining. And they'll take their final timeout here. Again, our timeouts brought to you by Uplift Wisconsin, here when you need an ear. So Lightning take their final timeout here.
Well, you would have thought when we watched that drive in the first quarter by Lake Country that, maybe they were going to be able to, be dominant here. But Martin Luther has responded well. And it seems like, both teams still trying to feel their way, see what can work.
Well, the roughing the passer call kept this drive going here for the Lightning. They would have been facing a 4th and 10. And with Martin Luther still with 3 timeouts, that would have surely meant for a punt, and certainly could have given Spartans maybe something here late. But now the defense called upon to make a stop here, facing a 4th and 5. I think they're still talking about that roughing the passer penalty.
I always wonder if, sometimes the head coach should have been part of a debate team in high school or college. See if he could ever get the referee to change his mind.
Remember the late Tim Rux told me a story once, head coach at Carthage. Said, there's no debate. I know I'm right. It's never a debate. They'll go for it here on 4th and 5. Menzel looks left, throws right, has a man open, middle of the field. Catch is made by Hans, brought down inside the 20-yard line. They'll mark it at the 15. Again, they're out of timeout, so they got to get to the line of scrimmage and clock it.
Spike that ball. And they're going to get called for a motion.
Oh, the defense lined it up in the neutral zone.
Oh, did they? Wow. The offensive tackle put his hand down, set up, put his hand down again.
Now, I thought with the flag flying that they didn't get the ball put in play. You have to wait for that referee to put it in play.
Okay, they're opting not to try a field goal.
I think Dave Strash wants to make sure on the timing here, whether it starts on his wind or the clock starts with the snap. We're inside the Bryant and Stratton red zone here. Well, it was a defensive penalty, so I believe the clock would start on the snap rather than on the spot. Am I correct?
Not sure on that. I think Coach Brasgel's got one of the same questions for his side, and Coach Hoppert, he wonders how this is working out as well. Having a meeting here.
The original call was lining up in the neutral zone against the defense. There wasn't a snap per se. I think they're going to say that it happened before the snap.
Robert's rules of order that he would follow at his meetings in Kenosha. Oh, they are going to go for it.
They will go for the field goal here. I think that's Dave Strash's interpretation that that foul occurred before the snap, which is going to allow them to attempt this field goal. This will be a 27-yard attempt. Of course, Martin Luther will take timeout. They might take 3 timeouts here.
Well, a game that had been moving along rather well has suddenly hit a lull.
Coach Rick Huppert wants the explanation from Dave Strash. I think the argument here is that offside by the defense, the play should continue. And either an untimed down if it's on the defense, correct, if you accept the penalty.
Unless there was contact. That I didn't see it.
I didn't see if there was contact, and I think that's the explanation here. If there was contact, then the play is dead. The clock does not wind because it was a pre-snap foul.
I'm sure Mike McGivern is getting to the bottom of this for us.
So they will line up for a 27-yard field goal. Maddox Kiley 2 for 2 in the field goal department this year. Middle of the field. Has the distance, but it's wide to the right. And that will end our first half. Lake Country Lutheran on the opening drive, getting the touchdown, and that's the only score of our ball game here through one half of play. The Lightning leading the Spartans here in Greendale by a score of 7-0. Stay tuned. The Wendy's halftime report coming your way. This is the Gruber Law Office's Friday Night Rivals presented by Planet Fitness.
job, right? It's a career? Correct. Yeah, that's full time.
They are followed by Zion.
I may ask you, because if I don't know what a Glazer is, maybe people that are watching. Well, I'll ask you about that as well.
Good. But he's got a broken leg. He can't dance.
Welcome to the Wendy's Halftime Report. I'm here with District Manager Rolando Maldonado. He is with Richmond Foods Wendy's. Thank you so much for your partnership, Friday Night Rivals.
Thank you. As the local Wendy's franchisee, Richmond Food is proud to support the community.
You know, I love the fact that you guys do the youth sports program with the free Frosty. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yes, we do. Anybody 18 or younger, as long as they're in uniform, they could come to one of our stores and ask for a free Frosty. They could come with their team, they could come with their parents, but there's no purchase necessary.
Man, a lot of coaches take advantage of that, don't they?
They do.
Hey, I want to go to the breakfast menu. The Baconator is my favorite, and I think it's probably most people's favorite. A lot of things going on with that menu, and you guys certainly do a great job with breakfast.
Thank you. We are open from 6:30 a.m. till 10:30 a.m. All our sandwiches are made with fresh cracked eggs every morning, and the Baconator is their favorite. It comes with 6 pieces of bacon. Everybody loves bacon.
Everybody loves bacon, including me. Hey, a couple of new stores coming in our community.
Yes, we do have 2 stores opening later this year. We have one in South Milwaukee, and we have one in Plover, Wisconsin.
Man, that's awesome. Hey, again, thank you so much for your partnership with Friday Night Rivals. It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
Boys, back to you.
Mike, thank you. And we thank Wendy's for sponsoring our halftimes again this season. Well, tonight we'd like to highlight our scholar athlete. These nominees brought to you by the West Bend Insurance. And from Lake Country Lutheran, Adam Bolt. Adam carries a 4.0 GPA and competes in football and track and field. He's a member of the National Honor Society and was selected all-conference in both football and track. He was also awarded the Christian Leader Award for Lake Country JV football in 2021. Adam is a leader in the Living in Faith Together program and serves as an usher at St. Paul's in Oconomowoc. From Martin Luther High School, Michael Winter. Michael competes in soccer, basketball, and baseball, carries a 4.182 grade point average. He was selected the pitching MVP in the Martin Luther baseball program his junior season. A 3-sport varsity athlete with high academic achievements. According to Corey Shield, the Martin Luther AD, Mike is an outstanding representative of Martin Luther High School and is a very respectful young man deserving of this distinction of Scholar Athlete. Congratulations to this week's Scholar Athlete nominees. Our weekly nominees will be in the running to receive a part of $5,000 in scholarship funds provided by the great folks at West Bend Insurance, the Silver Lining. Once again, we head down to the sideline and Mike McGivern.
So, guys, I am here with Ricardo Sanchez. He's a painter, a glazer. Allied Trades is a union rep. I don't know what a glazer is, man. You got to help me with that.
So glazers do commercial glass. So any type of buildings you see downtown Milwaukee, Northwestern Mutual, any of the skyscrapers, they do commercial glass. So basically architectural metal and glass.
Hey, when you get a chance to talk to these kids here and the kids that might not want to go into college, you went to TWM for a bit and then said, you know what, I think what I want to do is this. And you talk to them about careers and not jobs.
Correct. So, you know, being in a trade, you can take that anywhere you go and know how to work with your hands. A lot of union trades, they give you sustainable jobs with sustainable income benefits, retirement plans, and stuff like that. So it's not a bad deal.
It's not, man. You do a lot of training. I appreciate what you do. You get a chance to talk to these kids about a career for the rest of their lives. So well done.
Perfect.
Man, yeah, nice.
Tonight.
Yeah, man, nice to meet you. Back to you, boys.
It's the Wendy's Halftime Report, part of the Gruber Law Office's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Planet Fitness. Back with more after this on My 24.
Sergeant.
Now we listen to a few tunes from your Martin Luther Pep Band.
Wendy's Halftime Report continues here at Schneider Stadium. Lake Country Lutheran leading Martin Luther High School by a score of 7-0. Time now for a United States Army interview, and to the sidelines we go, and Mike McGivern.
So, guys, Sergeant First Class Marquez, he's been in the Army 10 years. He's from Hawaii, been through one winter here in the Midwest. Yeah, man, thank you so much for your service.
Hey, thanks for your support, sir.
Yeah, you bet. Hey, let's talk about your journey and why you joined the Army.
So I joined at the age of 21. I wanted to see something else besides Hawaii, and the Army was that ticket to explore new things.
Hey, when I said how long you can be in, you said, you know what, at least 20, I'm going to get to 20. This is a plan that you've had, and you're going to stick with it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, when you get a chance to talk to these kids and they ask you, hey, why did you join the Army? You know, other than the travel part, I think the camaraderie is a big part of what you boys do, right?
Yes, sir. So whenever we do like a field problem exercise, that camaraderie is really what holds that unit together, and it's some of the best memories you're ever going to have.
And your parents must be proud.
Yes, sir.
Man, I appreciate your service. Thank you. It's really good to meet you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, boys, back to you.
Mike, thank you. And we thank the United States Army, once again, a sponsor here on Friday Night Rivals. Let's take a look at some of the great moments from across the country.
The best Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Johnson will give to Graham again. This time he gets around the left side, and we'll see how fast he can go. He's at the 30, the 40, the 50. It doesn't look like anybody's going to catch Miles Graham. 10-5 all the way to the house.
McDougal will toss it back. Easterly, the throwback. McDougal has got a block. Jumps over a man. Stays on his feet near sideline. Bennett McDougal.
The punt here is blocked. They got a hand on it and caught. This could be a score right here. It's a foot race. That's a touchdown. Cardinal Newman on the punt.
His first year as a starter. Coming a big way, and here's an onside kick, and Greenhill's got it.
Duffler back to throw, goes long, left, got a man, and he caught it.
Oh no, he's
intercepted.
Wow.
Well, somebody caught it, picked off. Number 3, Jack Detro.
Jackson Clark from 50. No, it's blocked. It's blocked. The Raiders come through. The 50-yarder doesn't get past his foot. And the crowd goes wild on senior night. And the Raiders are going to get the victory.
Time now for our Bryant and Stratton College interview. Here's Mike.
So, guys, I'm here with Ryan Ratajczewski, and he is the Associate Athletic Director. And we've talked a lot about sports and the Bobcats. You guys are doing a great job. Can we talk a little bit about some of the classes, especially healthcare is huge with you guys?
Right, yeah, so I can't believe it, but we're already talking about our winter semester. It starts in January, and Bryant Stratton offers a lot of degrees and degree fields, but healthcare is our bread and butter, from medical assisting, which their salaries have skyrocketed over the last couple of years, to nursing, LPN, associate degree, bachelor's, occupational therapy, the kind of list goes on, but healthcare is kind of what we're known for and what we do best.
Such a need right now in healthcare.
Absolutely, and we were just talking off camera, your wife is in the healthcare field, but she's going to probably be retiring soon, so we need a lot of those young people from 18. She's not retiring?
No, I don't think she is, because she's got to get a second job so I can retire.
Yeah. But, we're looking, if you're 18, if you're 24, 28, 38, 48, doesn't matter. Healthcare, and especially in southeastern Wisconsin, is in big demand.
Ryan, you and I talk about family a lot, and you're so proud of Cameron, your son. Cameron, it's nice to meet you. What's your favorite sport?
Baseball.
Yeah, are you a pretty good player?
Yeah.
Hey, your dad says nothing but great things about you, and he says you're a really good baseball player. Thanks a lot for coming. It's nice to meet you.
You too.
Thanks, Cameron. Man, nice boy. Back to you.
Mike, thank you. It's the Wendy's halftime report here on My 24. The Lightning lead the Spartans 7-0. Back with more after this on My 24.
Owen, how old are you? 8. You're getting old, boy.
Yeah. About time to get a job.
Yeah, you better get a job. You got a nice looking family, boy. Yeah? Yeah. Good for you. Yes. Well, 6 grandkids now, 5 grandsons. We just 2 months.
7-0 Lake Country Lutheran over the Martin Luther Spartans here as part of the Metro Classic Conference battle here tonight. Time now to go downstairs. Our United States Marine Corps interview. Here's Mike.
So, guys, each week I call him Captain America. And you know what? And people laugh and they come up to me during the week and they go, is he really Captain America? Well, look at his family. Yeah, he kind of is. I got to be honest with you, man. You outkicked your coverage a bit. You got to be so proud of what the job that you and the Marines do.
Absolutely. Yeah, very, very proud.
Hey, when these kids come in and you get a chance to talk to them, it doesn't always have to be somebody right out of high school. There are kids at the college level that make that decision.
Yeah, we do. We have officer programs for kids in college. That's actually our best kept secret, ROTC scholarship for seniors in high school, and it's a pretty good life.
Yeah, no doubt. So now we got 4 boys here. Baby is sleeping. Owen, are you pretty nice to your brothers?
Yes, I am.
You're always 100%. Which one irritates you the most? Don't worry. Don't you dare answer that question. You got to be so proud of your dad.
Yes.
Yeah, he does a great job. It's nice to see you. The baby's beautiful. Well done, boy. Back to you.
Mike, thank you very much. Time now for our halftime highlight package. Brought to you by Carthage College in a 7-0 ball game, but there were a couple of key plays in that first half.
Right. The pace has slowed down a bit, but we'll drives in for the touchdown.
Andrew Benz with that 1-yard touchdown run. That was in the first quarter after stopping the Spartans on 4th down. Mr. Sanford's had a pretty good game so far, running the ball for the Spartans. The Spartan defense has come up big tonight. They are not fooled by any of that motion.
Right. They've traded blows back and forth, trying to get accustomed to one another.
This was that 15-yard run by Benz, their longest run from scrimmage tonight. And then at the end of that second quarter,
had the distance, but not the direction.
Nope, missed it to the right. And that is our halftime highlight package brought to you by the folks at Carthage College. And here's Mike.
So, guys, I'm talking with Bill Weir, Director of Admissions Financial Aid at Carthage. Hey, I didn't know that people can set up visits through per department, correct?
Yeah, we offer visits 6 days a week, and we have by what we call interest-specific by department, and we have specific visit days for that. Upcoming in October and November, for example, nursing, business, pre-med, pre-health, the sciences, history, English, also as well as athletics, financial aid. So there's a lot of opportunities for students to come and learn more about the campus.
I would think October's got to be a great month for you and for that campus. If you get people to come on that campus that hadn't been there before, October, to come out and see a fall sport and take a look at that campus, just got a great benefit for you guys.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's an arboretum. It's a beautiful campus on Lake Michigan. If you visit, you'll fall in love.
Hey, can I ask, you get students from all over the country, but mostly from the Midwest?
We have students from all 50 states. At any one time, we have 39 states represented, as well as students from each continent.
Wow, and numbers are strong.
Yeah, we just had a record incoming class of freshmen and transfers, over 800 students.
Boy, that's a really good number. Good for you guys. And when you talked about healthcare, is that the department that's blowing up right now?
Yeah, well, anything in pre-health is, yes. There's a great need out there. So there's a lot of opportunities for students looking to do, whether it's pre-med, pre-PA, PT, OT, all of those, nursing.
Hey guys, if you want to take a look at Carthage, I would recommend the month of October. I really would. And these guys will help you out. Get on that campus, take a look at it, get a chance to meet a bunch of people there, and see if you fall in love with that campus the way these guys have. Hey, it's good to see you again.
Yeah, great to see you, Mike. Thanks.
You bet. Boys, back to you.
Mike, Bill, thank you very much. Carthage College, beautiful school.
Well, next week, you won't be here, will you?
No, I won't.
That's because Carthage College is honoring Mr. Weiser, inducting him into their Athletic Hall of Fame, better known to legions of Carthage athletes and students as the voice. So hearty congratulations. We'll miss you next week, but I'm sure you're going to have a wonderful evening and a very well-deserved honor.
I am very touched by that honor, really am, and looking forward to it next Friday night. Well, second half ready to begin here shortly. 7-0, Lake Country Lutheran on top of Martin Luther. We'll take our final break. This has been the Wendy's Halftime Report on My 24. Third quarter action about to begin here at Schneider Stadium, campus of Martin Luther High School, on the other side of the Southridge Mall. Here to look at the stats here through one half. And interesting, neither team with a turnover, and that might be a factor here before this is said and done tonight.
Yeah, Martin Luther really hasn't been able to sustain an offense, and Lake Country, outside of that initial drive, kind of been stymied by Martin Luther's defense.
Lightning winning the coin toss, so they will get the second half kickoff here. Thomas Campbell has it teed up here for the Spartans.
Honorable mention, all-conference kicker last year in the conference.
Lipom on one hop to the 20, trying to get to the outside, out to the 26-yard line. About a 16-yard return for Lipom. So Lightning 1st and 10. Officially spotted at the 25-yard line. Jackson Menzel, junior quarterback. He's had some open receivers tonight. He's also had some drop balls tonight. A couple of his receivers open, had it on their fingertips. They'll empty the backfield here on 1st and 10. They'll sling it out, try a little bubble screen out there to the right side. They'll pick up 5, completing the pass to Sam Huntz.
Pass is complete to number 14, Sam
Lake Country has liked getting those trips to the one side, running some motion that way, and then throwing back. to the short side.
Our closed captioning is brought to you by LifeLock. LifeLock identity theft protection starts here. 2nd and 5 from the 30. Try and run it up the middle, breaking a couple of tackles for the first down. It's their big fullback, Adam Bolt. Show some love for that fullback every now and then.
4.0 student.
John Thompson there to make the tackle for the Spartans, but you're right, he is a very bright young man. So best electric first down here for the Lightning, opening up the second half. Nate Groff with the carry. And they really balance that carry load out between 3, sometimes 4 backs. We've seen Benz, Bolt, and Graff getting some touches tonight.
Yeah, we mentioned Coach Braskell had said, you're not going to see us statistical leaders with any one of our backs. We spread it around, try to make sure that we can come at defenses from a variety of positions.
Gain of 2, 2nd down, 8. Menzel to the right side. Leipolm with the catch, and he spun out of bounds. Short of the first down. Ethan Hampton was there for the Spartans to prevent a first down. About 3, so it'll set up a 3rd and a long 2 here.
Yeah, Leipolm also a basketball player. He along with Sam Hans, the 6'5" flanker.
Empty the backfield, Leipolm in motion. Going deep, has a man there, makes the catch inside the 20 and wrestled down at the 10-yard line. Maddox Kiley, he's excited. He had 6 go through his fingertips in that first half, made sure of this catch.
Well, one thing we noticed at halftime while the team was gathering, you could see that Jackson Menzel was trying to team up with Maddox Kiley, throwing passes, trying to make sure they were making that connection.
Got a step on Brian O'Neill, the strong safety. Moves it into the red zone. Bryan and Stratton College red zone. Bryan and Stratton College, built different for you. Inside the 15, moving the pile down to the 13-yard line. Nate Groff goes 5'11", 170, but nearly coughed that one up, but still made positive yardage. Took 3 Spartans to bring him down.
Yeah, Groff only a sophomore. Two-way player tonight for the Lightning.
Officials stopping play here.
I don't know if Jordan Antoine Smith has blood showing.
Try and run it to the middle, trying to break it back left side. Benz, Andrew Benz with a touchdown already tonight, nearly scored for a second time. He tried going right and made the decision to cut back left. Brought down by Juan Carlos Dominguez. 3rd and 1 from the 2-yard line. They can get a first down without scoring here. They'll go power. Play fake to Ben's, going to throw it out in the flat. Caught by Leipolm, touchdown Lightning.
Jackson Menzel, excellent throw on the run there.
Planet Fitness touchdown number 2 for the Lightning tonight. First one tonight for Leipolm. It's his 5th touchdown of the season, and again, got a step on Ethan Hampton, the corner on that far side. Faked the little post route, came back to the flat. Maddox Kiley for the extra point, and it is good. 14-0. They take the opening kick here. Go almost 80 yards. The big play, the pass play to Kiley, that set them up in the red zone.
Kiley got free on that. Those different formations. Pretty sure that offensive coordinator Eric Mom found out what was going to give him the advantage.
Head downstairs, Mike McGivern.
So guys, my new best friend Shelby here, I'm going to welcome her to the family. You were getting married in April to Jesse's director of sales. He heads all of their digital stuff, and he has said nothing but great things about you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. We're excited.
When is the wedding?
April 13th.
So the dress is done, everything's done, the cake is done.
We're doing donuts.
You're doing donuts?
Yeah,
Where are you guys getting married?
In West Dallas at the Gage. Beautiful venue.
It's a great venue, and you're going to make a beautiful bride. Welcome to the family.
Thank you very much. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
That's Shelby. She didn't want to do this, but she did great, boys. Back to you.
Iona 113 at kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback. And so it'll be 1st and 10 Spartans at their own 20. There's the touchdown drive, a 75-yard drive. The big play, that 34-yard pass that set them up in the red zone.
Well, Maddox, Kiley, the very fine athlete, excellent baseball player as well. Coach Brasgell said, he can do almost everything. And tonight he's been playing defense along with kicking as well as being on offense.
Our scoring summaries are brought to you by the Milwaukee Building Trades, building communities and careers. From the 20-yard line, this will be 1st and 10 Spartans, their first possession of the second half. Sanford the single back, 2 receivers to the left. Sanford fumbled the football, and it's recovered by Lake Country Lutheran. First turnover of the game. And it's recovered by A.J. Cease. Problem with the exchange, we mentioned coming out of halftime, perhaps a turnover might be a deciding factor. This could be the turning point of this ball game right here.
Yeah, you hit that right off the bat when you started introducing this half, and see if the Lightning are going to be able to cash in on this opportunity.
Sudden change, so the defense back out. Bryant Stratton College red zone to start this drive with the fumble recovery by Cease at the 18-yard line. They'll go power. Menzel working from the gun. Has to get rid of it and throws it away. And there will be a flag. He was not out of the tackle box, was he, Coach?
No, you could see. He knew what he thought he should do, but he wasn't quite aware of where he was on the field.
Also, it didn't make it back to the line of scrimmage. And it would have something to do with it, too. Now, if he had thrown it away instead of into the ground, it's intentional grounding, so it'll be a loss of down along with the yardage marked off here. Move it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, defensive coordinator Dax Rodriguez really wants to see his Spartan defense bow up here and make sure that this turnover doesn't come back to bite him.
That last takeaway now, the Lightning are a plus 10 on the turnover takeaway chart this season. Menzel in trouble. Gets it back inside the 30-yard line, takes it to the sideline, out of bounds there. Run out on the play by Jeremiah Valdez-Scholler.
Jeremiah, a sophomore who's been getting some playing time this season.
Big third down here, 3rd and 22.
It'll be interesting to see what they do if they don't get this first down. You're in the area where it's probably too long for Kylie to try to kick. Certainly not going to punt, so.
Well, you're going to put Kylie in a slot here to the near side, kind of a double slot look here. Leapalm at the line of scrimmage, Kylie behind him. That's where they're looking all the way. Looking for Leapalm. It is incomplete. Oh, and a late flag from way across the field by the back judge. Ooh. Pass intended for Leapalm. Pass interference, going to be the call. Not enough because, again, it's a 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage, so it'll still be short of the first down, but now you're talking about a 3rd and 7 here.
Coach Hoppert certainly not agreeing with that call.
Well, the official here on the near side
didn't throw the flag.
No, he did not. Now we got a sideline warning here against the Spartans.
You know, officiating, very tough job. There's no doubt about it. You've got to make split-second decisions, and we certainly know we need officials. So have to realize they're human and just try to keep going with the game.
So another 3rd down here. This time they'll man coverage Leapalm. They'll swing it out here. A screen pass to Kylie. Kylie stopped short of the first down. So we'll bring up 4th and short.
I didn't get that block from his teammate that time to try to help set him free, and covered well by the Spartan defense.
Just inside the 10, facing a 4th down and about 3. They'll attempt the field goal. Kylie missed from 27 earlier. Almost the same spot here. This one is on the way, and this one is good. 1 for 2 tonight from 27 for Maddox Kylie. And they take advantage of the fumble recovery, get 3 points off that takeaway to open up a 17-0 lead.
Well, Kylie, you know, not only was an all-conference kicker a year ago, he was also all-region. But you have to say that the Spartans have got to say to themselves, all right, we didn't give up the score. Now can we get our offense to get off the schneid, and let's see if we can get ourselves back into the game.
Yeah, they overcome the grounding call and then the somewhat controversial interference call that kept that drive alive, at least in the opportunity for the Lightning to get the field goal attempt.
Well, your point about the turnovers, well made, and you know, we'll see if Lake Country is able to build on that, or can Martin Luther come back and respond.
I mean, I'm looking at the numbers when we were prepping for this game. They're coming into the game +9 turnover takeaway. And you're
that, you know, that
I
really
mean, opportunistic.
Ups your chances
Yes,
for success.
Let it go out of bounds, and he does. Good job that time by Drake DeMarb to let that one dribble out. Good field position here for the Spartans. So we'll see here now what Martin Luther can do offensively. They have had it tough here tonight.
Yeah, Sanford's gotten loose a couple times with some runs, but they haven't been able to get the passing attack unleashed. They're going to need to get some quick scores.
Spartans start their next drive first and 10.
So just their second touch here in this second half now for the Spartans, coming with 7 minutes to go here in the third. Offset back is Sanford. 3 receivers bunched. And it's the quarterback, Strohmeyer, and he's going to be tripped up behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. Andrew Benz with the tackle for a loss in there at strong safety. Junior spelling Groff there. Here is our scoring summary, brought to you by Milwaukee Building Trades. 5 plays, the 27-yard field goal. Loss of 1, 2nd down 11. Again, same formation here. Strohmeyer dumps it out, incomplete, thrown high. Looking for Jodan Antoine Smith. Quickly 3rd down now for the Spartans. A lot of time left in this game, so not necessarily needing to go to the air right away here.
Right, and you hate to give the ball right back to Lake Country just after they've come off a score.
Now you got to dial up what play can get you 11 or 12 yards here. You're facing a 3rd and 11. Need to get to the 45 for the 1st down. Play fake. Strohmeyer setting up the screen. Completes the pass. Cease. Check that. Dominic Johnson with nowhere to go on that screen pass. Beautifully broken up by Groff. He's had a pretty good ball game tonight.
Yeah, Groff is joined over there by his partner, Carter Lipom. Comes over, finishes one off, forced the punt.
Too many white jerseys in front of that screen. Thomas Campbell will punt. End over end. And we'll roll dead at the 32-yard line. We will take a break. 17-0 in favor of Lake Country Lutheran here in Greendale tonight. Part of our Gruber Law Office's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Planet Fitness. My 24 has the stories that will leave you talking. Spill all the tea with the tantalizing tales of Maury, Karamo, Steve Wilkos, and Jerry Springer. That's weekdays starting at 9 on My 24. 1st and 10 Lightning following the Spartan punt. Take it out to about the 36-yard line. Forward progress stop there. Groff, who made that nice play earlier. Screen pass. With the carry that time, gets 5. That defense for the Spartans, though, spending most of this 3rd quarter on the field. I wonder if it's going to start to wear down here just a little bit. Not this time. Yes. Number 70, Aiden O'Brien, the immovable object that time.
Well, when you talk about someone being a nose man, and that's what he is. He's right over that center. He stuffs the hole.
Try and swing it out to the far side, and nowhere to go for Menzel. Brought down on the play by Robinson. Well, the defense coming up big. They needed this stop here, really.
Yeah, Malachi plays that rover position, and they've tried this a couple times where the quarterback pulls that out after the fake, but they have not been able to take advantage of the Spartan defense. Dax Rodriguez has to be pleased with the effort he's been getting.
Again, Robinson lets that punt hit the ground. It'll take a lightning roll inside the 25-yard line. This week on the Varsity Blitz High School Sports Radio Show, Mike McGivern will have Mike Kubas, the head coach from Greenfield High School, in studio, along with a few of his seniors, talking some Hustling Hawks football. That's Saturday morning, 9 to 11, only on the Big 920 AM and your iHeart Radio app. Late here in the third, Spartans trying to get something going here. Credit to the Lightning defense tonight. They have bottled up the Martin Luther attack here. Jack Henry Strohmeyer from the gun. Will hand it off. Sanford cuts it back through the middle. Picks his way across. Gets it out to about the 30-yard line. Gain of about 5 on the play. Good job being patient here. Lipalm finally got him to the turf, along with some help from Adam Bolt, inside linebacker. Second and 5. Nowhere to go for Sanford. It's almost as if the Lightning were in the backfield at the snap that time.
Well, that 4-3 defense, you know, they said that they want to funnel things to their linebacker, but they've been getting excellent play by that front four. Dan Cleary, Noah Lutke, Adam Anderson, Colin Thenn. You know, they've been really controlling that line of scrimmage.
Better look at Jack Henry Strohmeyer. I think that was going to be a read option, and he wanted to pull that one back and couldn't get it out of the belly of Sanford. Strohmeyer will keep it this time. He's going to be stopped about a yard shy of the first down. He comes up, checking all the extremities here. It's that read option once again, and he ran over Nate Groff that time. Took a pretty good hit.
Martin Luther pretty much forced into going for it the way this game has been going.
4th and 1. And they'll burn a timeout. Martin Luther will take their first timeout of the half. Timeout brought to you by Uplift Wisconsin. Here when you need an ear.
I think Coach Rick Hoppert saw that there was some confusion. You can't just, you know, goof this play up and give the ball right back to Lake Country in this field position.
Yeah, you go back, 14-0 game in that fumble. The recovery that led to the 3 points, making it a 3-score game.
And the way Lake Country has been eating up time, you're not going to get a lot of opportunities.
We mentioned this is a battle for first place in the Metro Classic Conference. Winner of this game will get playoff eligible tonight. Each week we will highlight the best of the best. It's the Cousins Subs Best Play of the Game, brought to you by Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
I think
let's go to the sideline and Mike McGivern.
Coach Hopper's talking to his offensive squad here, and he said, look, boys, get a first down, and then we'll roll a little bit. We need to get a couple of first downs, and then we'll take some shots over the top. And for them, hopefully they get this first down. Back to you, boys.
Mike, thank you. Yep, pivotal play right here. 4th and a yard. Fake to Sanford. It'll be Strohmeyer for the first down. Brought down by Bennett Ham, but move the chains. A Best Electric first down for Strohmeyer.
We mentioned earlier when you lose Kyle Moore, that who you thought was going to be part of your two-back tandem, it kind of disrupts the flow. And Martin Luther is just trying to find out what's going to be the key to getting this offense unleashed.
2-by-2 in the receiving core, and we got motion. Over on that left side, one of the receivers jumped into the neutral zone. So I'll set up a 1st and 15. It's a little anxious. As you heard Mike mention, they were going to try and open it up here, get the first down, and maybe take some shots over the middle, passing the football, but Strohmeyer wants to throw, completes the pass, but immediately brought down. Jodan Antoine Smith. Just a short gain, about 3 on the play. He got drilled to the turf here in the final seconds of this third quarter. There we go, trips to the left side here. 2nd and 12. Strohmeyer on the roll, sets up, fires, completes to the sideline. Once again, Antoine Smith with the catch. He'll be short of the first down when we return for our 4th quarter. It'll be another key third down facing the Spartans near midfield as you're watching the Gruber Law Office's Friday Night Rivals presented by Planet Fitness. Third down here to start this 4th quarter. Sanford will get the first down across midfield. Facing 3rd and 2, they get the first down. keeps the drive alive. They'll go hurry up here, get the sticks reset from the Lake Country 48-yard line. Trips to the right side here on first down. Again, looking to put it up. Strohmeyer has a man out there and overshoots him, incomplete. He was there. That was intended for Jeremiah Valdez-Scholler, the sophomore. Overled by that much. Got a step on Andrew Benz out there.
Ben seemed to be grabbing a little bit for his quad.
Yeah.
See if he's slightly hobbled here.
From the Lightning 49, second down and 10. Strohmeyer again looking that way, has a man there, can't get him, incomplete. Again, Jodan Antoine Smith was open. Good play call. They got the matchup there.
Well, once again, I think we know this is a 4-down situation no matter what happens on this play.
Connor Lubers, the defender, giving up some steps there.
Coach Hoppert saying, you know, we got to get our offense untracked.
Third down and 10. Empty backfield. Strohmeyer on a quarterback draw, nowhere to go. Adam Anderson, the sophomore, with the tackle. He's been on fire this season. 10 tackle for losses, 7 sacks on the year for Adam Anderson, and he comes up big here on third down.
Yeah, 6'3", 190-pound sophomore.
So 4th and 10, they will go for it. No choice here. Going to the far side, catch is made, first down. Thomas Campbell with the reception, the split end. Needed 10, they got 12, move the sticks. Carter Leipolm, the defender out there.
Now you're battling, though, not only Lake Country's defense, but the clock.
Trips here to the left, single receiver right, Sanford the single back in the backfield. They'll give it to Sanford for a couple. Looked like it was Adam Bolt getting in there.
Well, we mentioned this bend, don't break philosophy for the Lake Country Lutheran defense.
Again, single back, trips left. Pressure, almost picked off. Through the hands of Nate Groff, intended for Dominic Johnson. Third and about 8 now for the Spartans. At the Lake Country Lutheran 35-yard line. Strohmeyer will bring the play in.
Lake Country has been bringing some pressure. Might be the good opportunity to throw a screen pass here. See if you can shake it loose.
2 by 2 in the receiving core. Sanford the single back. They bring pressure and down goes Strohmeyer. Combination that time. Anderson and then Colin Then with the combo sack.
Now Then had 10 tackles for loss coming into tonight's game. That one came at a very opportune time.
So the loss back to the 40-yard line will set up another key 4th down. They were able to convert one on this drive earlier. Can they do it again? Play fake. Pressure from the edge. Over the middle. It's intercepted. With the pick, Connor Lubers. To the sideline and out of bounds, short of midfield. Connor Lubers with the second takeaway by the Lightning defense tonight. We'll take another look. It's thrown high, looking for Jeremiah Valdez-Scholler.
And on top of
Lubers.
that, behind the play, I think there's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Personal foul against the Spartans. It looked like there might have been some shenanigans going on after the tackle. A little frustration by the Spartan players. Well, coming up following the game, stay tuned. We'll have our United States Marine Corps Player of the Game. That is brought to you by the United States Marines. The few, the proud, the Marines. With the penalty, the Lightning will take over at the 37 of the Spartans. Once again, now the defense called upon to make a stop. They'll run it up the left side. Bolt breaking tackles. Bolt inside the 20. Bolt to the 10. Touchdown, Lightning. Adam Bolt. Well played. A Bolt for the Lightning, our Planet Fitness touchdown.
Well, you can see how that turnover just kind of put the knife into Martin Luther.
Clean into the third level. So the interception, the penalty, and the first play from scrimmage, Bolt from 37. Extra point is on the way, and it is good. 24, Naughton. We'll step aside. Mike McGivern has our Cousins interview.
Hey, we're here at Cousins, and we are so proud that they are a sponsor, Wisconsin-based, locally owned. I'm here with Justin McCoy, Vice President of Marketing. Hey, Justin, I think everybody knows that Cousins has the best subs. I believe that. And you guys have given back to our community so much, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that part of the mission statement with Cousins.
Yes, we were founded in 1972 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and giving back to the communities we call home has always been a part of our ethos. We in 2013 created our Make It Better Foundation, and we give back to the community in 3 different ways: health and wellness, hunger, and youth education.
You know, Justin, I think that people know where they were the first time one of our sports teams wins a championship, when they win a pennant, something like that. I know exactly where I was the first time I had a cheesesteak. Off of Brady on Farwell. That was your second store.
Yeah, that was the second store Bill and Jim opened. If that store were open today, it would be the busiest store in our system. It's no longer there, but it's one of the cornerstones of our brand and how we really exploded on the scene in Milwaukee.
Hey, Justin, we're so proud to have you as a sponsor and a partner with us on Friday Night Rivals. Cousins subs, because you guys believe that giving back to the community is so important, and that's what Friday Night Rivals is about. So thank you for that.
Thank you for letting us be a part of it.
You bet. Back to you.
Our Lyuna Local 113 kickoff. It finds its way out of bounds. Kick off your career with Lyuna Local 113. So once again, the Spartans with good field position, but now facing a very tough uphill climb.
Once again, are you looking at a loss tonight? Probably, unless things change dramatically. But Martin Luther has to be able to build off of this, continue to get those wins in the conference. Lake Country, on the other hand, they're going to be facing Racine St. Catherine next week, another battle for first place.
Hey, let's not forget, this Spartan defense put to the test for the most part tonight in this second half. I mean, they've played almost the entire second half on this field, and certainly not the fault there. Inside run, Sanford nowhere to go. They've gotten back to the line of scrimmage, brought down on the play by Anderson, along with Nate Groff.
Well, Coach Brasgel's got to be pleased with the defensive effort he's gotten from the Lightning tonight.
Here's our scoring summary brought to you by Milwaukee Building Trades, building communities and careers. A 37-yard touchdown run by Bolt. Sanford breaks a couple of tackles across the 40. Short of the first down, bringing up third at about 2. Bolt there to make the stop. Going both ways tonight. So third and a long one here for the Spartans. Under 8 minutes to play. Sanford the single back. They'll put 3 receivers here to the left. Hand it off. Sanford nowhere to go. Excellent job defensively. Cease along with Bolt. Both there.
Adam Anderson in there, a sophomore as well. Now there's a couple sophomore offensive linemen for Martin Luther, but you also have for Lake Country 2 sophomores on their defensive line.
No gain, 4th and 1. Sanford spins out of a couple of tackles. Penalty flag thrown into the pile as he reaches midfield.
Wonder if we didn't get somebody grabbing a face mask in that mosh pit that we had going on. Yep.
5-yard face mask penalty indicated by Dave Strasher, referee.
Well, Sanford's gotten loose a couple times, and he's been giving an excellent effort. Just haven't been able to combine offensive plays and really move the ball consistently.
18 carries, 60 yards tonight for Sanford. Best Electric first down. They'll put it up. Strohmeyer to the near sideline. Antoine Smith breaking tackles. Late flag inside the 15-yard line. 30-yard pickup. And we'll check out the penalty as well. Maybe adding yardage here.
Antoine Smith's had a couple of catches tonight. They've been trying to get that ball to him as well.
Nicely thrown ball by Strohmeyer.
Nice quick move there.
Little plant and go move. Into the Bryant and Stratton College red zone. Will face a 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Sanford cuts it back. Touchdown, Spartans. Sanford, 9-yard Planet Fitness touchdown run. Let's see if the Spartans elect to go for 2 here.
Right, you have to, start talking about your options. Can you get a number of onside kicks to get the ball enough possessions to score? Your analytics start figuring things out. It looks like they are going for the 2-point conversion.
Strohmeyer got the play from the sideline.
We've asked to have the ball taken over to the left.
Left hash at the 2-yard line. Roppert in a one-sided discussion with Dave Strash. Going to throw for the 2-point, through the hands, incomplete. Jeremiah Valdez-Scholler, the intended receiver. So it remains 24-6. We'll see if we get an onside kick here, too.
You're almost forced to do it to have any chance at all.
He was there. Not sure if Bent's got a hand on it or not. We will take a break. Back with what we think will be an onside kick. 24-6, Lake Country Lutheran on top of Martin Luther. This is the Gruber Law Office's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Planet Fitness. Saturdays are going to be legendary. CW Sports brings you ACC football action Saturday at 5:30 as the Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech battle the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, live on CW 18. Top that football. Didn't get the second bounce. Not allowing it to get that second bounce, really. Sam Huntz able to flag it down. And he is shaken up. So it will be lightning ball when play resumes. Well-balanced offense tonight by the Lightning. You look at the scoring plays tonight, 3 different people getting it into the end zone. Field goal by Kiley. So we head downstairs to Mike McGivern.
So, guys, Coach Wallersheim and I have been friends a long time. He's the Dean of Students and head boys basketball coach here at Martin Luther. Paulie, how's the year going?
It's going. We're off to a great start. Yep, the school year's off to a great start, and great kids, a lot of energy in the building.
And basketball, how you guys going to be? Not bad?
Yeah, I think we'll be solid. Got some good experience, some good size, good guards. Yep.
Hey, so next year you're going to have a new student coming to Martin Luther. I've got Reagan in Brooklyn here. You're in 8th grade. You're going to be a freshman at Martin Luther next year. You're going to have to be well behaved.
Oh, I will be well behaved, all right.
Hey, how is 8th grade year going for you?
8th grade has been pretty good so far. South Dakota, we went on a South Dakota trip. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, it's just been good overall so far.
That's awesome. Brooklyn, how you been?
Good.
Yeah. Tell you what, you got cute kids. It's good to see you again. Coach, it's always good to see you.
Always a pleasure, Michael.
Boys, back to you.
Mike, Coach, thank you very much. Time now for our hit of the game, brought to you by the Milwaukee Admirals. And right here, the sack on the hit by Malachi Robinson, bringing down Menzel, the quarterback. That is our hit of the game, brought to you by the Milwaukee Admirals. Their season about to get underway. On first down, following the onside kick recovery, they'll run it up the right side. Groff the carry. We do have Admiral games coming up on My 24. Absolutely. Coming up later this fall. Just a hint, I would love to have a chance to call an Admirals game. Hint.
Subtle, very subtle.
I love hockey. I'm a hockey nut. Gina can attest to that. It's on almost every night. Gain of 4, second down 6. We'll give it to the fullback, Bolt. Had the touchdown earlier, Bolt to the outside. Bolt inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line. 27-yard run and a first down. Bolt now had that 37-yard touchdown run following the interception. Rips this one off the left side. Another Best Electric first down at the 23-yard line. This is Benz. Had a touchdown tonight, got things started. Brought down by Aiden O'Brien. See the late rough stuff here.
Ooh, I'm surprised that.
Could have drawn a flag.
Oh, they did throw it.
They did throw it, unsportsmanlike conduct. So an automatic first down will move the football into the Bryant and Stratton College red zone. Dax Rodriguez, you could hear him right away.
Unacceptable.
Imploring, it's unacceptable, you're right.
Frustration, gets in, but you have to learn to control those emotions.
Well, for Martin Luther, they play the next 2 games on the road at University School and a big showdown in Racine against St. Catherine. Adam Bolt will take it down to about the 5.
Chop block.
Negate the run by Bolt. Meanwhile, Lake Country Lutheran will face Racine St. Catherine next week at home. A chance to take control of this Metro Classic League. Getting playoff eligible with the 4th conference win tonight.
Martin Luther has to make sure that this game
doesn't linger
and carry over and destroy what still can be a very successful season.
Toss. Groff. Wrestled down at the 21-yard line. Milan Taylor in there. Groff comes up. A little gimpy. Yeah, that's one of the things you hear a lot. Coaches say, what, you get 24 hours whether you win or lose, and then it's right back to work figuring out either coming off a loss, figuring out what you did and moving on, taking the win, and advancing forward, taking that momentum into your next week. Once again, Bolt going up the middle, short of the first down. It'll bring up 3rd and about 12. 37-yard touchdown run, really the backbreaker. Again, this was a 7-0 game at halftime. Yeah. Lake Country Lutheran took the opening kickoff and scored on their opening drive, but the fumble resulting in a field goal really turned the tide, so to speak. That was kind of the turning point.
And then that pick.
Took the air out. Yep. 2 turnovers. Again, for Lake Country Lutheran, this is just amazing. They're plus 11 now on that turnover takeaway. And when you're winning the turnover battle every week and not turning it over yourself, that's the thing. They have yet to lose a fumble. Bolt cuts back inside. Down to about the 10, maybe the 9. Omar Dorsey in there now, making the stop. Bolt now with 8 carries for 98 yards and a touchdown tonight. Again, the Lightning taking a lot of time here. Play clock under 10. And close to a first down, short of the goal line. Stop the clock. They'll mark him short. Spartans hold, and we'll get the football back. So a late stop here. Here's your thing to build on for next week. If you're Dax Rodriguez, hey, chips were down and we played our butts off here defensively toward the end.
Yeah, overall, you know, you can't fault the defensive effort from the Spartans. It's just, okay, what are we going to do now to get this offense unhinged?
And again, understanding that Spartans are missing 2 key players, you know, Kyle Moore and Jaden Schultz, both going down the last 2 weeks. And, you know, it just, I understand the next man up, but still that kind of disrupts the flow a little bit. I think the Sanford kid, though, at running back.
Yeah, he's showing, you know, glimpses of what he's capable of doing. Just to get some consistency.
So they take over at the 3. Try and run it. McCarb on the carry. DeMarb, I should say, Drake DeMarb. Special teamer, now getting a chance to run the football a little bit here in the waning moments of this one. First conference loss for Luther, Martin Luther. They'll go to 3-1, 3-3 overall. Lake Country Lutheran will improve to 4-0 in the league, 4-2 overall. No worse than a share of first place, depending on the St. Catherine game. Top 3 in the league wore the Lightning and Spartans, along with the Angels from St. Catherine's. This is DeMarb getting to the outside. Taken out of bounds near the 25-yard line. 20-yard run. Drake DeMarb, the sophomore. Connor Lubers taking him to the boundary, but their best electric first down. DeMarb breaking a couple of tackles.
Once again, handoff to number 32, Drake DeMarb.
I think that will run out our clock here tonight. So the Lightning spoil the Spartans' homecoming tonight, taking a 24-6 victory. They become playoff eligible with the win, and they retain the top spot in the Metro Classic League. 24-6 your final. Stay tuned for our post-game report. We'll have our Marine Corps player of the game along with the Champions Trophy presentation. All of that coming up in our post-game. Again, the final tonight from Greendale. Lake Country Lutheran 24, Greendale Martin Luther 6. This is the Gruber Law Office's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Planet Fitness.
boys, a couple of things. We are not cable, so we're going to watch our language. What we're going to do, U.S. Marine Player of the Game, I'll send it back up. We'll get coach in here, talk to him for a little while, and then when I say, boys, good luck the rest of the way, y'all go nuts. First and then you second.
Seven 0 game at the half, and Lake Country Lutheran taking advantage of a couple of takeaways defensively as they pull away tonight by a final of 24-6. Let's head downstairs. Time now to present our United States Marine Corps Player of the Game presentation.
So guys, U.S. Marine look for guys that are tough, and 44 is tough tonight. I got to tell you, well done, congratulations, U.S. Marine Player of the Game. You got to feel pretty good about this win.
Yeah, it feels great, especially after losing them last year, but it feels great to get back at it. Couldn't have done it without my best friends here.
Yeah, tell you what, I asked you about that offensive line. What are you bringing them tomorrow?
I'm bringing them all donuts tomorrow. They earned it.
Hey, you got to love this. Look, he doesn't say anything about, look, I got this or I did this. Talks about bringing donuts for the offensive line. Man, it's right up your alley.
Absolutely, yeah. No, good leaders always give it back to their team, right? They set them up for success tonight, and good leaders also capitalize when they have the opportunity. And then the praise goes to the team. So great job tonight, young man.
There you go. Thank you, sir. Hey, well done. Boys, back to you.
Walking away with some awards tonight, he was our nominee for the West Bend Insurance Scholar Athlete. Well, he put that to work tonight on the football field. That's his 37-yard touchdown run that blew the game open following the interception. Finished the game with 8 carries, 98 yards, and a touchdown in that 37-yard run for the score. Plus, he was on defense tonight, made a couple of stops defensively. He is our United States Marine Corps Player of the Game. Congratulations to Adam Bolt.
The lightning
bolt. You got it.
We could have done that.
I was waiting. Time now for our Champions Trophy presentation. We head back downstairs to Mike.
So, Coach, when we talked before the game, you said, "Look, we're going to find out a lot about who we are tonight." And man, you found out some pretty good things, I think.
Sometimes I worry when I find out things about these boys, but tonight I'm happy. They say Friday night's for the boys, but the men came to play tonight.
Man, they did come to play. I got to tell you, he said I need a lineman to hold the trophy. And, man, the whole team said this kid here, this is a really good football player standing in my left.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me twice. That's why he plays on both sides of the field, middle linebacker and line. A lot of these guys do it. I mean, they play together, they play as a team, and we're going to accept all of this as a team. It's incredible.
Hey, Coach, it's really good to see you, and good luck the rest of the way. Boys, good luck the rest of the way. Well done.
The Lightning, playoff eligible with the win here tonight. They go to 4-0 in the league, 4-2 overall with the 24-6 victory over Greendale Martin Luther. We'll be back. We'll have our Cousin Subs best play of the game and a final word from Schneider Stadium in Greendale right after this on My 24. Lake Country Lutheran with the victory tonight, avenging a loss to the Spartan team a year ago, 24-6. Our final time to look at our tonight's Cousin Subs best play of the game. That came on that second scoring drive, actually the first drive of that third quarter. Beautiful pitch and catch from men's.
To Maddox.
Yep, Maddox Kiley. That set them up from there. Beautiful over-the-shoulder grab. Them inside the 10, they were able to score. Open up that second half with the big play. The best play of the game brought to you by Cousin Subs. We believe in better. Well, as you said, Martin Luther has to focus now. They've got another game, Union University School next week, and Lake Country Lutheran home against St. Catherine's.
Right, neither can dwell on what happened tonight. You've got to move on. I'm sure that Coach is a calculus coach, and I'm sure he's worked all the numbers and figured things out, and he's got to be proud, but move forward now.
Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors who make Friday Night Rivals possible each and every week. Our title sponsors, Gruber Law Offices and Planet Fitness, our good friends at Best Electric Service, LifeLock, the West Bend Insurance, Bryant and Stratton College, our friends at Cousin Subs, Uplift, Wisconsin, Liuna Local 113, Carthage College, Wendy's, the United States Army, the Milwaukee Building and Construction Trades Council, the Milwaukee Admirals, and the United States Marine Corps. Well, tonight's game going to be replayed on My24 Saturday at 5:30. Then next week, Friday at 7, back into the Greater Metro Conference. Brookfield, the Battle of Brookfield, Brook Central, and Brookfield East. That is always an enticing ball game, and we will have that for you next Friday night on the Gruber Law Offices Friday Night Rivals, presented by Planet Fitness.
Yeah, it should be an exciting clash, even though East is struggling a little bit this year, very young team. When those two teams get together, there's usually some excitement.
Big thank you to our My24 sports crew tonight, the men and women who brought you our broadcast here tonight. Andy Spitzer, our fine statistician, and our spotter tonight, Rebecca Garavak, Miss G over at the Union Grove Middle School, doing a fine job here tonight. 24-6, the final for Mike McGivern. And for Terry Kelly, I'm John Weiser. Have a pleasant good evening. From Greenfield, your final again tonight, Lake Country Lutheran 24, Martin Luther 6. The Gruber Law Offices Friday Night Rivals, presented by Planet Fitness. Good night, everyone.